how did you feel about this season? By the time it's over.
Yeah, interesting season for sure. Being the first year here, I think it was a really quite a challenge. Like getting to know everybody and learning the system, and obviously, yeah, there's a lot of parts that go into it, but definitely a season that we will not forget, but definitely a season we can improve on.
How much do you think it'll help next year, knowing everybody, knowing the system?
For sure. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of contract decisions in the summer. Like every year, every team has those. And but we laid the foundation for new guys who come in or like guys who come back, for sure. So everybody knows each other now. Everybody knows the system now, and I think next year we need to start right away from the first day.
Of all the challenges you guys went through this year, maybe what stood out as the most difficult for you guys to overcome?
Obviously, COVID was pretty tricky because it eliminated basically all the team bonding stuff you usually do earlier in a year, getting to know each other. And on some teams, or most teams, like 7, 8 guys have been a part of that organization for a couple of years, and here everybody has been new. So I think like that was extremely difficult and tricky. You didn't have the team bonding aspect. Everybody went home because everybody was afraid, okay, like if we do something, we get COVID, you're out like 3 weeks. Nobody wanted to miss any games. So we were really cautious and kind of like put a little dent or a little stone along the way.
You set a new career high with 54 starts. How do you feel after that workload, mentally and physically?
Yeah, good. It's like every year you get time in the summer to prepare your body for it, and over the course of the year you got to be smart. Like, but yeah, feel great. Gonna go play for Team Germany, and yeah, season continues a little bit for me, but yeah, no issues.
As you look back at this season, what do you think were some of the highs and the lows, either for you personally or for the team?
Extremely difficult to assess a day after the season ended because so many emotions still from the last couple games like trigger into it. And I think once you're away from hockey completely for a couple weeks and you kind of digest what happened, what went wrong, what went right, what things we did extremely well, what things we can improve on, you can address that. I think it's really hard to do. And I honestly I won't say too much right now because like those are conversations we have in the back and with Ron.
Sure. Do you have a personal highlight from this season that you will remember very fondly?
Yeah, obviously the first game we played as a Kraken, that's a game, and then first game in Climate Pledge, first win. It isn't just one for me. It's like so many other things. Being part of like this organization, how the fans accepted us, like the last home game, for example, the atmosphere, like how the city received us, absolutely incredible. There are so many highlights.
Phil, how did you see the defense evolve and improve in front of you? You had talked about before the season, you have to start to learn how to predict what they're going to do when you have a whole new slate of players. How did you see them evolve?
Yeah, I think we grew together. I think after Christmas, I think everybody kind of got comfortable with each other. I think that's where things started to pick up a little bit, and then obviously you have a couple ups and you have a couple good games and then ups again and downs again. But I think like after Christmas, that's where we felt comfortable with each other, and definitely it's not just the defense, it's the goalies too, it's the forwards as well. It's a whole team effort usually, and we played some incredible games and obviously some games we need to improve, but I think next year the goal is to like to find that consistency. And sometimes you look at 2 periods and we play unbelievable, we control the game, and then we have a lapse and everything kind of crumbles a little bit. So we need to find the structure and the belief in each other and make sure we're consistent enough next year.
When you say you felt like everyone started to get comfortable, were there any adjustments you tried to make, or was it more just that feeling of comfortable?
No, I think like the more games you play, the more practices you have, the more you travel. with each other. Obviously, like I said earlier, like team bonding stuff like didn't happen, so you got to practice the locker room time to do that. And sometimes the best is like to play games and battle with your teammate out there, and that's how you learn.
It looked like from the outside looking in that you and Chris had a pretty good relationship. What is he like as a partner?
Yeah, for sure, it makes it easy for the other goalie if your partner supports you and you have a good relationship with, and it's like anybody else on the team. You need to build those relationships and have good communication, and he can help me in so many ways, and I can help him in hopefully a couple of ways too. And he sees the game a little bit different than I might see it, so he's unbelievable teammate, and obviously we're lucky to have him on board here. Good. Awesome.